Hello friends, welcome to Ring Rumble. Every community has a dark side. Sometimes, a case comes along that simply doesn't sit right. You feel it in your gut, despite investigations, reports, and a seemingly comprehensive process, something's missing. You're left with the sensation that someone, or multiple people, are hiding the truth. That's exactly the kind of scenario we're looking into today. The tragic and still unsolved murder of Lindsay Buziak, a young real estate agent with a promising future, who was brutally assassinated in broad daylight under mysterious circumstances. A rising star in real estate, Lindsay Buziak had it all: ambition, clarity, and a clear route forward. After high school, she enrolled in the University of British Columbia's Sauder School of Business and entered their Real Estate Trade Services program. She was mentored by Helen Jones and began building significant connections, one of which was with Jason Zilo, a man from a well-established real estate family. The two began dating and were a committed pair by 2006. That same year, Lindsay passed her real estate exam and joined Maverick, a local real estate agency. A year and a half later, she switched to Max Camoson, headed by Jason's mother, Shirley Zilo. Jason and his brother Ryan both worked there. Lindsay rapidly found success, handling 8 property sales and generating $3.2 million in revenue. She and Jason later moved into a beachfront property owned by Shirley. On the surface, everything seemed fine. A mysterious call in late January 2008, Lindsay received a bizarre call from a woman with an odd accent. The woman claimed to be frantically looking for a $1 million home. She said she had gotten Lindsay's number from a prior client, though that name turned out to be fake. Despite her discomfort, Lindsay agreed to show them a house at 1702 The Souza Place in Victoria on February 2. She confided in co-workers and Jason about her fears. Jason comforted her, assuring her he'd be nearby during the showing to make sure she was safe. The day of the murder, on the day of the showing, Lindsay had lunch with Jason, who noted that she seemed worried. Afterward, they split up. Lindsay went home to change, and Jason went to pick up his friend Cohen from an auto shop. At 5:30 p.m., Lindsay accessed the lockbox at the Souza Place property. Around the same time, witnesses saw her greeting a couple, a man in a large coat and a woman, outside the home. Jason arrived about 15 minutes later. As he pulled up, he saw the same couple entering the property. After waiting in his car, he eventually approached the house around 6:05 p.m. and found the front door locked. Peering through the windows, he noticed Lindsay's shoes near the entrance, but no sign of her. He called 911 and, with Cohen's help, entered the home through the back. Upstairs, in the master bedroom, they found Lindsay's lifeless body lying in a pool of blood. She had been stabbed over 40 times. There were no signs of robbery or sexual assault. The sheer brutality suggested rage, or a profoundly personal motive. Yet, there were no defensive wounds. It was a calculated and merciless ambush. Investigation and suspect Jason and Cohen were brought in for questioning but were quickly cleared after their alibis, surveillance footage, and phone records matched up. Investigators discovered that the phone used by the mysterious, Mexican, client had been purchased months earlier, activated just before the call to Lindsay, and never used again after the murder. The murder was clearly planned and targeted, aimed specifically at Lindsay. The killers left behind no forensic evidence, leading authorities to believe it may have been a professional hit, possibly orchestrated by someone she knew. Theories: Jason Zilo. Lindsay had reportedly discussed ending her relationship with Jason shortly before her murder. While suspicions arose, Jason passed a polygraph test and has cooperated fully with the investigation. Police do not consider him a suspect. Shirley Zilo, Jason's mother, speculation swirled about her potential involvement due to her connections, questionable business reputation, and a mysterious phone call that Lindsay's friend Nikki received, allegedly traced back to Shirley. She denies the call ever happened, and she has never been charged. Drug connections. Just before her death, Lindsay had traveled to Calgary and met with a man who was later arrested in a major cocaine bust. She had also tried to contact someone connected to the operation. While police do not believe she was involved in drugs or acting as an informant, it's possible someone believed she was. Jealousy or revenge. Some believe Lindsay's looks, career success, or relationship may have made her a target of personal jealousy. However, no concrete evidence has emerged to support this theory. Where it stands today, it has now been over 17 years since Lindsay was murdered. Her father, Jeff Buziak, remains relentless in his search for justice. Every February, he organizes an annual walk in her memory to raise awareness and pressure authorities. The case remains open and active, and police say that advances in DNA technology may one day lead to a breakthrough. Still, no major updates have been shared since 2021. So, who killed Lindsay Buziak? Was it someone close to her? A jealous rival? A criminal fearing exposure? Or was it simply a tragic case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time? We may never know. But what we do know is that Lindsay's story remains one of Canada's most haunting unsolved murders, and justice still hasn't been served. Thanks for watching. If you appreciate real crime stories, don't forget to subscribe, and maybe your town will be next.